Welcome to the Daily. It's Thursday, August 25th with Greg Lawless. I'm Jason Seguini. Last night, big matchup out in Portland with playoff implications. The Timbers taking on Chivas USA, and Eric Bruner becomes the hero. Yeah, and the Timbers actually jump into a tie on points with the New York Red Bulls for that final wild card spot in the playoffs. Now, New York actually still have that spot, but Portland right behind them. And then, of course, there's DC and Chivas USA. Chivas USA had a great chance, I think, in this game. If they'd gotten the 3 points, they would have moved into a playoff position. Didn't happen. Timbers, though, a great win for them at home to get the 3 points. They haven't necessarily been getting 3 points every time they go out. They got 3 points last week against Vancouver. Now, midweek, they get the same thing. Bruner, a little bit of a premonition from John Spencer. That's what he called it. A premonition that he should put Bruner in there, and the 6'4" defender comes up big with the goal for them. It was big for them. Yeah, and we should mention Dan Kennedy stood on his head for times in that game, so good effort by him, but not enough to keep Portland off the board. Another game last night that was played and then wasn't played, Greg. We got to halftime of the Toronto-Dallas game in Champions League. That game was abandoned. And this is becoming a pattern up in Toronto. We saw it earlier this year when the Vancouver game in the neutral Canadian Championship was postponed because of weather. Now this one has been postponed, rescheduled for Thursday morning, 10:15 at BMO. Check back to MLSsoccer.com for all of the coverage of that one. All right, there's another Champions League game tonight. The LA Galaxy, with their second home game so far, they are taking on Alajuelense of Costa Rica. See if we get Robbie Keane on the field again for Champions League? You could see him out there. They could also maybe get him a rest before he travels cross-country to take on the Red Bulls on Sunday night in that big matchup. But against Alajuelense, I think LA need to come out and try and get 3 points. They could really put a stamp on the group in this one, especially at home. If they can get 6 points from these 2 opening home games, they're in a great position to get through to the knockout stages. That game is 10 p.m. Eastern Time on Fox Soccer Channel. Speaking of Robbie Keane, he is a featured guest on Extra Time Radio later today. You can get that on iTunes or Buzzsprout. One more piece of news, Greg. Sammy Ochoa, the former youth international, signs with MLS. Yeah, and he goes into the allocation ranking, and as we've seen in the last couple of weeks when Freddie Adu came in and he went into the allocation, right now Chivas USA at the top of the allocation ranking. So it's up to them to decide whether they want to take Ochoa. Supposedly we're going to have an answer by Friday. If Chivas passes on Ochoa, Houston is next in order, followed by Toronto. So tune back onto the site Friday. We'll find out what team he goes to. That's all we have for the Daily today. We'll be back tomorrow with more.